Hugo Lloris has signed a new deal. Spurs have made their first signing of the January transfer window. Do you think they're going to use this as a signing sim?
Yeah, probably. Lucky it's not deadline day, otherwise it would have plastered it everywhere. But look, I'm delighted. We've been calling for the club to get this sorted as soon as possible. Obviously the news broke last night from Fabrizio Romano that the deal had been signed, and now it's confirmed this morning. And as you can see, let's bring up the statement. This is from the club's official website. Hugo Lloris has signed a new deal. We're delighted to announce Hugo Lloris has signed a new 2.5-year contract with the club, which will run until 2024. Captain of Club and Country World Cup and UEFA Nations League winner Hugo, 35 years old, has racked up 395 appearances since signing from Lyon in 2012. Already 14th in our all-time appearance list. He'll soon become only the 12th appearance maker to make 400+ appearances for us in all competitions, and only 2 goalkeepers, Pat Jennings and Ted Ditchburn, have played more for us. Outstanding since returning from a dislocated elbow suffered in October 2019. Hugo is ever present in the Premier League this season, and on a run of 67 successive starts in the league, back to the 1-1 draw at Burnley in March 2020. During that time, he's written his name in the club record books by becoming the first player to make 300 appearances for us in the Premier League, surpassing Darren Anderton, long-standing record of 299 when he led the team out against Wolves earlier in the season. He's now up to 317. Meanwhile, Hugo's also level with the legendary Steve Perryman on 64 appearances for us in European competition, second only behind teammate Harry Kane. And there's a picture of Hugo Lloris signing his contract. Lovely stuff. Very, very happy. I'm happy for him. I'm happy he's got a 2-year deal as well, to 2.5-year deal, as they say, which essentially is a 2-year deal. And hopefully he can carry on this form he's been having for the last couple of years. I think, as the article or the statement rightly says, ever since he's come back from a dislocated elbow, he's been fantastic, hasn't he? Because he did go through a dodgy period for a bit, just after winning the World Cup. He was a bit off his game for a bit.
Drunk driving charges.
Yeah, there was that. Yeah, but Pochettino, I remember saying at the time, once you've achieved like the greatest ever achievement you can in football, sometimes that can have a negative effect on you, especially at Hugo's age. It's like, where do I go from here? Sometimes you start to lose. You can, don't know about lose your way, but you can take your eye off the ball because you feel like you've done it. And I think that's maybe what happened to Hugo for a period, and maybe that injury kind of gave him a bit of perspective and like, look, I still need to achieve what I need to achieve with Tottenham as well, and I've got a lot of time left in my career if I want to make the most of it. So he's come back from that dislocated elbow, which was obviously, we were there against Brighton, that was a horrific injury, and he's been really on top of his game. He's been near faultless ever since. Obviously, there's always going to be a few mistakes here and there, but I think he's been absolutely brilliant since that injury, and I think personally this season, up there with the best keepers in the league. For sure.
Yeah, completely agree. When you're looking at the best keepers in the league this season, you're looking at Mendy of Chelsea, De Gea of Man United, Ramsdale of Arsenal, Sarr of Wolves, I would even put up there this season. I think that he's definitely in that amongst that company. I think he's been brilliant this season. Like you say, like the statement says, ever since he's come back from that injury, he's been in the upper echelons of goalkeepers, or back in the upper echelons of goalkeepers, shall I say. Brilliant servant to the club, captain of the club for a while now, captain of France, World Cup winning captain, Nations League winning captain, and he's been at Spurs for a long time now. I think it's about 9-10 years. So
legend,
absolute legend of the club. And by the time he leaves, he's going to be here for literally 12 years. So not many players are going to stay here for that long. Not many players.
No, especially this day and age.
Yeah, exactly. So
very rare.
It's very rare. So Hugo Lloris, I'm delighted. I'm absolutely delighted that he signed the contract. I've said it consistently for a while now that if we're going to get rid of Hugo Lloris, it's going to be impossible to find someone that's going to be his level or above his level to succeed him. But now we've signed him up for a 2-year deal. Now we've got 2 years to proper have a deep look for his successor and see what we can come up with. And I think that's the important takeaway from this one. I think when you're looking at his successor, I mean, the only real candidates I can really see are someone like a Dean Henderson, to be honest. I can't really think of many other keepers that can come in and fulfill that role. But at least we've got that kind of 2-year period now where we can actually have a proper look and scout some proper keepers out.
Yeah, and also gives other keepers time to develop, and you know, younger keepers right now who you might think are not ready, and then in a couple of years' time maybe they're going to be ready to step in for Hugo. And I think it gives us a bit of time to really do the legwork on. Cause it feels like at the moment we're kind of rushing, kind of looking around, seeing who could replace him, and there wasn't really an outstanding candidate, was there? Wasn't a candidate that kind of screamed at you like, oh, we have to get this guy. So I'm happy that we now got a bit more time, and I'm just happy that Hugo's tied down, because I think he's been exceptional, and I think he's got a couple more years left in for sure.
Definitely. There is a keeper in the under-23s, I think it is. I'm just trying to find it. Yeah, this guy, who's also a French keeper in the academy, Timothy Lo Tutala. And he's very highly thought of in the academy. Maybe he can be one that can really knuckle down with Hugo Lloris, and Hugo Lloris can act as his mentor or something like that. But he's a big lad, very highly thought of in the academy. He's not even that young anymore, born February 2003. So maybe he could be one that could produce through the academy for us. I mean, that could save us a lot of money if it is, but I still expect us to bring in another keeper.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a teenager then, if he's 2003.
He's 18 years old,
so
honest,
he's very young still.
Yeah, no, I
Especially
thought he was
keeper.
a bit older than that.
Especially for a keeper, he's very young. So I wouldn't.
He's a French under-19 international, but yeah, I mean, there's a long way to go for that.
I mean, unless he's a Donnarumma, unless he's another Donnarumma who literally started playing games for AC Milan when he was 16. Well,
he got
ridiculous.
promoted to the under-23s this season from the under-19s. So.
Well, it shows he's going in the right direction, but we'll have to wait and see into how he develops. You never know at that age, but for sure, hopefully Hugo can, him sticking around as well, can help the younger keepers develop, and maybe they could be part of the future as well, 100%.
Before